What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Tony from Destination PW, and today we have some interesting news. WWE is looking at combating CM Punk returning to wrestling. He made his debut with AEW, and of course, everybody wants to know, how is WWE going to answer to that? And I jokingly tweeted on Twitter that WWE's answer to CM Punk was Logan Paul on Moist TV next Monday on Raw, but that's really not WWE's answer to CM Punk. See, WWE's answer to CM Punk may actually be the one and only Becky Lynch. So if you guys didn't know, Becky Lynch has been out of action for about a year now after Asuka was handed over the Raw Women's Championship from winning Money in the Bank. Becky Lynch actually announced that she was pregnant. She finally gave birth to the baby. She's been away from the ring, obviously. We all know that. We all know that Becky Lynch has been away from the ring. A lot of people have been waiting for Becky Lynch to return, and it's being said that Becky Lynch is on standby for WWE Summerslam. And it sounds like WWE has a massive surprise planned for SummerSlam. As you guys can tell, the build to SummerSlam hasn't been that great. However, there are a couple matches that I know I'm very excited and that I'm looking forward to. But where does Becky Lynch go into the plans? And we're going to talk about that in just a moment. But first, 500 new subscribers this past week on YouTube. I just want to say shout out to you guys. You're incredible. Thank you for all the love, all the likes, all the comments. If you guys are new here and you guys want more pro wrestling news, I like to bring you guys my opinions. I'm going to be doing more live streams. Yesterday was great, over 100 plus viewers, a couple thousand views. Like, that's the type of stuff I want to do on the channel. It's all about building a community. So click that subscribe button, ring that bell. This way you get notified on all the videos. And on top of that, if you guys can just do me a solid favor, check out our Discord server. We really have a cool Discord server. The link is in the description, and I'll kind of leave it at that. But yeah, we're going to talk about Sasha Banks. We're going to talk about Bianca Belair, and we're going to talk about Becky Lynch, because there is a reason for it. So let's just keep this in mind. Nothing here is officially confirmed, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it's pretty much, it sounds like it's going to happen. So basically what's being said is that WWE has been anticipating CM Punk's return. And right now, if you guys didn't know, there's not that many marquee free agents that WWE can sign, but WWE is in a position where they got to start bringing back certain top stars who have been away from the company. So for example, Brock Lesnar, Becky Lynch, The Rock, you guys kind of know the drill. So when it's something like this, WWE SummerSlam, it's supposed to be a big pay-per-view. The ticket sellout has been incredible. The build-up has been okay. But WWE knew for a while that CM Punk was going to AEW, so they were trying to think of ways to get people excited about SummerSlam. And they could have easily announced Becky Lynch. They could have teased Becky Lynch. But it sounds like this is all being kept a secret for a specific reason. So if you guys didn't know, this past week, WWE had a couple house shows. The WWE Super Show, it's part of their live tour. And Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks, rewind. Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks were advertised for the event. Becky Lynch, obviously not. Both of them missed both shows. WWE did not put on the match as advertised. Now we're going to SummerSlam, and WWE has advertised Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. There's a weird situation going on. WWE's kind of keeping a tight lid on it. No real discussion on what's happening. People online are speculating that maybe Sasha Banks is pregnant or maybe has COVID or whatever it may be. With that type of stuff, I don't like to speculate, so I'm not going to say that's what's happening. In fact, I can see this match going on as planned. But what I fully anticipate here is that WWE is going to be in a situation where Becky Lynch does officially return, and I think we're going to see Becky Lynch build up against Bianca Belair. And I don't know what WWE's plan is when it comes to using Becky Lynch, but it sounds like they have Becky Lynch on standby because that should be the answer to CM Punk's return. Now, as a fan, I'm going to be honest and tell you guys, I don't think that is as big as CM Punk, but I think Becky Lynch is probably the #1 female wrestling draw in like forever. Like, I don't remember the last time there was somebody as big as Becky Lynch. And if you don't believe me, I mean, you can literally go look at the merch sales, the ratings. When WWE has Becky Lynch, wrestling is better for WWE. Business is better for WWE. So I fully anticipate Bianca and Sasha have their match. If for some reason Sasha is actually not going to be on SummerSlam, I think we see Becky Lynch get thrown into the mix. And I think for WWE, that is the right idea. The only problem I really have with this is the fact that WWE SmackDown is way better than WWE Raw, and the Raw Women's Division is totally garbage. And I'm tired of seeing the same shit on the Raw Women's Division. So the fact that everything's the same every single week, it gets really annoying. It doesn't sound like they have a good division at all. It doesn't look like there's even a focus on it. Becky Lynch would probably be suited better for Raw. But I think also WWE Raw is clearly the brand that WWE does not care about. I think NXT and SmackDown get way more love from a creative standpoint. So I do anticipate Becky Lynch actually returning tonight. And I think they're going to set up Becky versus Bianca. And I think that's the right call. If you're WWE, I think that's the right thing to do. But also something that we have to keep in mind is what's going on with Sasha Banks, right? Like, we don't know what's going on with Sasha Banks. There's not really talk about it, and we got to hear from WWE directly. So maybe tonight we get some sort of announcement. They announce Becky Lynch as a last-minute replacement. I mean, this is going to be in the new Allegiant Stadium at Las Vegas. So as you can imagine, it's going to be high attendance, a lot of people there. And, it's okay if you love AEW. I think there's a lot of AEW fans who are cool with saying that SummerSlam is going to be a good show. And altogether, this is just going to be a great weekend for wrestling. So yesterday was SmackDown and Rampage. Today is SummerSlam. Tomorrow is NXT TakeOver. Just altogether a great weekend. Something for everybody. Becky Lynch coming in back to WWE. It's a massive deal. And I just can't wait to see what they do. I can't wait to see what the surprise is. I can't wait to see how they pull it off. Because to me, that's what's going to make WWE different. I keep telling people, WWE is ready for a reset, and I do believe we are in the midst of that. So I think whatever happens after SummerSlam, whatever happens after TakeOver, we're going to see a huge reset on the WWE product, which is great for wrestling fans. And if you guys love AEW, that's a good thing for you, because AEW will also try very hard to ensure that their audience is still happy. And WWE needs to start considering the fact that AEW is here to stay. So you can't keep putting out a crappy product every week, and you can't, you got Roman Reigns versus Cena. You got all these big marquee matches on SummerSlam. You got to do something about it. So we'll see what WWE does. I'm very excited. Last night on SmackDown, we saw Edge kind of return to the Brood gimmick. Random, but very cool. That's the type of stuff that I love to see when WWE shakes things up. How they do it with Becky Lynch will be interesting. But congrats to all of you pro wrestling fans. What a weekend to be a fan. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and click subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you next time.